It's Monday, December 8th in the United States and Canada. There's a new hottest hunter in hockey, and this is What Chaos. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn in the Sports Interaction Studios, and across the room is Sean DePaz. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Hey, great weekend. Good weekend. Good weekend. Had an asthma attack Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me this.
Yeah, played hockey. As our friend Stephen Horowitz immediately said, Heated Rivalry's impact. Had to get back into the game.
There you go. Yeah, I did not play any hockey. No asthma attacks. I had a nice, calm, relaxing weekend.
I went to see hockey. Saw BU play Vermont. That honestly ended up being a pretty good game. Got a Mac and Celebrini bobblehead. Threw a teddy bear on the ice. It was rocked. Although, gotta ask if Boston University knows puck, and by puck I mean teddy bear tosses. They didn't do like first goal type of deal. I don't know if that's like an NCAA thing and they won't let them. They waited until second intermission, and you threw them on the ice at the start of second intermission.
Oh, that's stupid.
I agree. Like a organized 1, 2, 3. That is some gender reveal ass behavior.
But part of the problem is that they had advertised for the first two periods that they were going to we'll do it at the start of the second period. So second period or the end of the start of second intermission, second period ends. People are like, all right, it's time. Start throwing the teddy bears. And the PA announcer's like, whoa, wait. We're going to count you down.
No, that's not how this fucking works.
Oh, yeah, it did. That's not how it worked. People just kept throwing the teddy bears. And it kind of ruined the whole thing.
Was there a goal from the home team in the first two periods?
One teddy bear got tossed.
All right, shout out to that person.
I
toss him anyway.
I agree
the rules of the game.
Toss him if you got him.
Yeah, I went to toss it, but the problem was that they hadn't done any kind of advertisement for it. I didn't know until I got there, and there was a bunch of people selling teddy bears. And so I was just like, and then they didn't really say anything at the beginning of the game. So I hesitated because I was like, something tells me this isn't when I'm supposed to be throwing this teddy bear. And sure enough, I went through the teddy bear.
I can respect it if they say, if there are no goals in the first two periods, we'll do the teddy bear toss in the second intermission. I think that's a little cowardly.
I think it should either be first goal or end of regulation.
Correct. That would be the appropriate way. But man, you are right in that they don't know puck. That is not a teddy bear toss. Not the rules of a teddy bear toss.
Here's a question. If we're going to break the rules of a teddy bear toss, our guy Tyler Yaremchuk was discussing on Friday's Oilers Nation Every Day, which I'll be joining today. Not Fridays. I'll be joining today's edition. I apologize for the confusion. He was at Thursday's game against the Kraken, in which the Oilers famously took belt to ass. Connor McDavid registered a hat trick, and Tyler did not throw his hat. And someone in his section said, give you $50 if you throw your hat. And he said, hats are like $60 Canadian now. So no. And he just said, yeah, look, I respect anyone who wants to do it. I'm not throwing my hat. I'm fine with that.
I'm not.
If you go to a game in December, can you bring a teddy bear?
And
if there's a hat trick, why don't you sneak a teddy bear in there?
I don't hate that.
I do hate that. I hate everything about what's just been said.
I'm torn. Do you know my Old Faithful? The hat that I wear to most Bruins games. Mm-hmm. Not anymore though, because piss and vinegar season requires a piss hat, and I'm 2-0 in the piss hat. Got to see Morgan Geekie score a goal on Thursday. It was unbelievable. Bruins took belt to ass against the St. Louis Blues. Had an unbelievable time. Before the piss hat era, I constantly wore a limited edition Bruins hat that is not made anymore. And if I were to buy it again, it would cost double what it cost initially, which initially it cost $115.
I'm going to stop you right now.
Stay upper middle class.
I'm going to stop you right now. It seems like you're trying to convince me of something, and I'm telling you it's not going to work.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. If you want to say you have to throw your hat if you see a hat trick, that's fine. I respect that opinion. I respect the stance. I just think that it is on a case-by-case basis when it comes to the hat that you're wearing and how important it is to you. You know what's a case-by-case
basis is when guys score 3 fucking goals when you're in the building. Throw your goddamn hat. And if you're going to a regular season professional hockey game, you should be wearing a hat that you're willing to throw.
Some hats I'm not willing to throw.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I know exactly what Pete's talking about with his hat situation. And I say this confidently. I hope I'm not about to make a fool of myself. I feel like you know the one hat that I wouldn't throw.
The Daniel Plainview orange bowler.
No, I've stashed that around here. It doesn't look enough like an actual Daniel Plainview hat.
Is it the best man hat? Oh, bad
Yes.
friend, bad friend.
That is exactly the hat.
No, if you win
that
you
one I
win-
would say you can throw because I can just buy that hat again.
That's right. There's access to that hat. That has sentimental value to me, so I would not throw that hat. So I guess there's multiple hats I would not throw. You really don't know which hat I would say, like, nah, I want to keep this one.
I feel like I don't know like your hat collection too much.
Damn.
Is it the Oilers hat?
Yeah, it's that one Oilers hat.
Yeah, that's a good Oilers hat, but that's a replaceable Oilers hat unless it has sentimental value to you.
It's the hat that I wear the most. It is my first Oilers hat.
Okay.
It's not a replaceable hat. You're not going to find that same exact hat. So
Okay,
Fair
enough.
Yeah.
here's the thing with Oilers stuff. They futz around with their shades of blue more than
much.
you would think they would. Pete would know because he's a Jersey guy. I think Sean, you could tell, but like the average person, if you're like, picture an Oilers jersey from any time. Do you got it? Everyone's like, yeah, I think so. But they futz around with the shades of blue. So I'm not going to get that same blue right now because this was a hat that was probably made in like 2012 or something like that.
You're a sick bastard though that has a weird what's the word I'm looking for? Like you like navy jerseys that kind of suck.
I like a lot of jerseys.
He
that
likes
kind of suck,
jerseys
Sean.
that
Well,
suck.
yes, but like because like you say that, and I'm like, if you ask me to think of an Oilers jersey, and you think of the navy ones, you're sick in the head.
Oh no, I'm not thinking of that
Well,
one.
no, but that's what I'm like. I automatically think of like the ones that they wear now / kind of the which are kind of the same they wore.
Rex Factor makes the obvious point with the super chat, which is if you're fortunate enough to sit near the glass, this Rex Factor just brings a hat with which they have no emotional attachment.
I was gonna say last time we went to a game, I wore my Old Faithful hat and I bought a new hat. If there was a hat trick, I would have thrown the piss hat. And then just bought the piss hat on the way out.
But I feel like at
that's-
this point, you're not tossing the piss hat. I would add
No.
that to your no-fly zone hat.
No, because that's a replaceable hat.
This is disgusting.
No.
behavior.
I'll if I saw a hat trick, I would throw the piss hat.
I see that if you had in that situation, had you thrown the piss hat, that's fine because you didn't buy that piss hat with the intent of being like, I have an extra hat just in case there's a hat trick. I think appreciate the super chat, Rex. If you show up to a game with an extra hat specifically so you don't have to throw the hat you're actually wearing in case there's a hat trick, that's loser behavior.
I
You should
disagree.
wear, if you're going to a hockey game, go to the hockey game, wear the hat, and be fully prepared to throw it in case. And also, there's never hat tricks. Like it's such a rare thing that if you happen to be at one, throw the goddamn hat.
I disagree. I think you can bring a designated throwing hat.
No,
Yes.
I hate
I think that's
everything.
fine
I hate
behavior.
everything about that.
It's not lovable, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You know it's the thing. I regret this, but I used to give Pete shit for it. Do you remember one time you were doing Movember?
Yeah. And I started a little early.
Started maybe mid-October.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do this anymore. Ideas over opinions. Like a week into Movember, people were like, looking good, Pete. And I was like, well, it's funny you should say that. It's because he's been growing a mustache.
No,
I
It's because I needed a head start.
That
You're
is the right behavior, though. I agree with your behavior.
know. I am positive that you would agree with that,
I needed
Sean.
a head start.
And listen, I don't think I don't think there's a problem with that either. You can say you wanted a head start, but if you are showing up being like, look at this mustache I just started growing on November 1st, then you're an asshole for that. And I think it's the same where if you show up and you're like, oh, look at this hat I'm throwing over the thing, and you're like, I didn't realize you've been wearing a hat this whole game. It's like, oh no, I haven't. I brought that just in case. You're an asshole.
Daniel makes a good point. What happens if there's two hat tricks in a game? Then your throwing hat seems like a pretty good idea then because you've got two hats to throw. So,
Although
good
you're not
point,
going to throw
Daniel.
that other hat.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you've thrown the other hat, and if you brought a throwing hat specifically because what if there's two hat tricks, then you're the best fan in the world. It's a complete other direction.
I did not expect to get 15 minutes of hat trick
Me
talk
either.
today.
I also
to start
didn't
the show
expect
when
you
there were
guys to-
no hat tricks over the weekend.
I didn't expect you guys to start the show with the worst hat trick take of all time. So
All right. Easy, Sean.
Yeah.
Pete, tell the folks on the
Ideas,
show.
not opinions. Sean,
I've got both.
Sean,
Sean
do your
does that
job.
both.
Put up the fucking topics. Today on the show, new hottest team in hockey. It's a Monday, so that means that we are declaring a new hottest team in hockey. Maybe even more than one. We'll see.
Do I have to change the YouTube title?
Doesn't sound right.
Oh, shit. What's
the
the title today?
This is the Oilers found something way lamer. The Oilers have found the key to success, which is fun if you know what the key to success
Yes.
that we're referencing is.
I think that's fine.
Normally we do the hottest team in
typically we
hockey
say there's
part.
a new hottest team in hockey.
I like the idea of doing new hottest team in hockey next week and then just skipping like
Part 5.
Part 5. Yeah. Let's just do that. Okay. Cream G's. We got a lot of talk about cream.
If you
on
switch
today's
the
episode.
emphasis, then I think you'll get it more.
Cream G's?
Like cream cheese.
Cream
yeah.
cheese.
Yeah. Like cream cheese.
Cream jeans. HR episode 3. We're going to talk about Heated Rivalry. Very, very excited about that. And then finally, Misa behavior.
Always need to check in.
You could have used him at fucking BU on Friday.
Is that right?
Well, no, actually we couldn't have because he wouldn't have been on the ice because they were in the locker room because it was intermission.
Weird,
I'm still upset about it.
Weird, strange behavior. Well, folks, there's a new hottest team in hockey, and it is the Edmonton Oilers. After struggling a lot this season, and we've definitely highlighted the lows, the highs have begun. They went belt to ass on Thursday against the Kraken. Absolute belt to ass. Then also smoked the Jets on Saturday. Very odd. We were talking about it before the show started. They've won 2 games in a row. And if the playoffs began today, the Oilers would be in. And I don't understand the math on that because they've been bad for so long this season. And now they look good. They're playing good, but they've still only won 2 games in a row. Yet, by points percentage, they'd be in the playoffs right now.
It's so annoying. And it's so annoying. Not only is it so annoying that they just waste our time for the first 2 months of the season, but it's annoying that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And here we are again, beginning of December. Oops, the Oilers have looked like they figured it out a little bit. And playoffs back on track. Like no other team is capable of doing it the way that the Oilers do it every fucking year.
What?
You sound like you have something to say.
No. I'm reacting to something that a Whatnot sent me that I just sent you that we will certainly talk about later in the show.
Okay.
Right. Let's see what that is.
Let's see. Well, now we're going to check our...
Oh, yeah. Knew about that.
Oh, yeah. You can get...
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about getting a Scott Hunter jersey. We'll get to that in a minute. I know that we have elements for part of this conversation. Sean, do you not have all the elements ready?
I only have the first one.
If so, okay, cool. I'll jump ahead to another part of the Oilers being the hottest team in hockey, which is that after the game on Thursday, there was a big hug between Stu Skinner and Calvin Pickard after Pickard was between the pipes for that lopsided victory. I want to say, what was the final score on that game? It was 9-4. Calvin Pickard, I hate to pick nits here, wasn't good in that game, but they still won, and there was this big hug afterwards.
It's pretty easy to win a game when you score 9 goals.
Yes, and similarly, it is pretty easy to lose a game when you score 0 or 1 goal, folks who get on certain players. But Edmonton wins that game, belt to ass. There's a huge hug after the game, and people read that to think that Liam Horrobin voice, it was Calvin Pickard's last game as an Edmonton Oiler, which to me kind of would have made sense. He hasn't been good this season. We've wanted them to do something in net. There were some rumors flying around about Tristan Jarry that quickly got debunked, but in the
By
end...
who?
It was I believe it was the 2 Mutts podcast who reported something was going on there with Tristan Jarry, but it wasn't. I'll ask you about your reaction to the hug because you sent that to me on Friday doing a little, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, it was a lot of hug discourse. And it honestly, it did look like there was a little extra emotion and maybe just because like the Oilers haven't won a kick-ass game in a long time and just a couple of guys hugging it out, feeling good. But I can understand why there was discourse around the hug and why it was being kind of overanalyzed. And honestly, I feel like we've kind of been on or around Calvin Pickard last game watch for a little while at this point. So I understood it.
Okay. Now, Elliot Friedman afterwards says that the Oilers might not trade for Tristan Jarry, who, as we said, was rumored to be on their radar, because the Penguins won't retain, and the Oilers' plan would be to keep Skinner in that scenario. The quote from him on 32 Thoughts today was, it wasn't going to be Jarry for Skinner, it was going to be Jarry and Skinner, and I know that annoys a lot of people, but I also know that's Pete Blackburn's music.
Yep. Yeah. Been saying that for a year plus, something like that. Like, I believe enough in Stuart Skinner where I don't think that the solution has to be you ship his ass to Siberia or wherever it is. I think that Stuart Skinner is a fine option when he's playing well. The problem is he often isn't playing that well, and you don't have a better option. So if you're the Oilers, it makes a lot of sense to try to upgrade the other goaltender, because Calvin Pickard is a very, very replacement level goaltender.
And Stu's very cheap. So we were kicking it around before the show. Like the scenarios in which I would definitely replace Skinner in some scenarios. Like if Ilya Sorokin shakes free, yes, I'd get rid of Stu, but he makes no money. So it doesn't make sense to get rid of him unless you're like, we actually need to shave $2 million off the cap to make this deal happen. Sorokin, yes, I'd replace him.
Obviously, yeah.
Saros, yes, I'd replace him. These guys aren't all going to become available. I think that maybe none of these guys are going to become available, but like if somehow Jeremy Swayman was available, which the way the Bruins are going right now, I don't think so.
The way Jeremy Swayman's going right now.
Yeah, like, but in that scenario, like, yes, sure, but the players that we're talking about that should be on Edmonton's radar, the Elvis Merzlikins of the world, the Jaris of the world, the
Jordan Binnington.
The Jordan Binningtons of the world, Korpisalo, the Buffalo guys. I think that all of those fall into the category of guys you're talking about, which is like bring someone in to play with him, not to take over the reins, because I would not be much more confident in the goaltending scenario if it were Elvis Merzlikins and Calvin Pickard, or Jordan Binnington and Calvin Pickard. Like that, I feel like you would just be spending to not necessarily upgrade.
I mean, honestly, the way that I think about it is I would rather have two Stuart Skinners than Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard, because like the ceiling on Stuart Skinner, and this is what I've been saying for like a year, the ceiling on Stuart Skinner is pretty high, but the floor is so fucking low that you just really don't know what you're going to get. But if you have two of those guys, like even say Jordan Binnington is kind of in that range. Mm-hmm. Like I think that Jordan Binnington's lows often aren't as low as Stuart Skinner, but let's say they're the same type of player. One of them might be going while the other one isn't, and you have much higher percentage or a much higher chance of having a goaltender who is going at all times.
Yeah,
and it's just riding the hot hand. You don't necessarily have a clear-cut starter, but that's fine as long as the guy that you're playing has a higher ceiling than Calvin Pickard.
Yeah, and I mentioned the price of Skinner. Someone in the chat threw in, I don't want to say it's an inconvenient truth, but it's something that the people who are yelling kind of don't want to hear, which is that Skinner's contract is a big-time bargain, and that's what allows them to, unfortunately, have a couple of bad contracts on their books that their starting goalie is making. I don't know. Is it 2.5 or is it 3? Something like that. I've forgotten what he makes, but
it's in that range. It is important to remember that Stuart Skinner is making that little money.
Yeah, right. If he's making $7.5 million, then
$2.6 million this year. Like you are essentially getting what you pay for, and then some.
Oh yeah,
when he is good, he is one of the better values in the league.
Okay, now we got to talk about the elephant or the cream in the room. The Oilers now have played 3 games in Pete's favorite uniforms, the gross uniforms, the script cream uniforms. You've seen them before. They played 3 games in them: October 28th against the Mammoth, December 4th against the Kraken, and December 6th against the Jets. What do those 3 games have in common other than the threads they wore? That the Oilers won them all handily. They beat the Mammoth 6-3, they beat the Kraken 9-4, and they beat the Jets 6-2. They have 21 goals in these 3 games. Sean, could you please give me the Oilers this season by jersey? Look at that, folks. Their record is 10-11-5 in the whites and the blues. Their goals per game played is 2.88, and their goal differential is -18. In the cream jerseys, they are 3-0-0, having scored 7 goals per game.
Insane.
With a goal differential of +12. That is, I'm not the biggest, I'm hardly Scott Hunter when it comes to wearing the socks in which I play well. But you see that and you're like, they got to wear those ridiculous jerseys always.
I am like Scott Hunter in that I appreciate fine arts, and Sean, beautiful job on that graphic. It was tremendous.
Where is this going?
I get what you're saying. I get like the analytics are the analytics.
Kip appreciates the art a little more, but
mean, Scott Hunter is. They both appreciate the art.
I would say
I appreciate art like Skip.
Like Skip,
Like Kip.
Skip.
like the couple.
Scott and Kip.
Oh.
But they
Fucking
appreciate the different levels.
doesn't know ball.
They both
Yeah.
appreciate.
The jerseys still suck. They still suck. They
yeah.
make me so mad every time I tune in to an Oilers game. Like I tune in Saturday night. Hockey night in Canada. We don't have to say what I threatened to do, but it would have been bad for everyone in my life that likes me. Every time I tune in and I see that the Oilers are wearing those jerseys, it really bums me out because they fucking suck. And they get worse every time I see them. And I figured out the big problem with these jerseys for me is that the Oilers wear them at home. If they wore them on the road, I wouldn't care as much. And they could wear them on the road because they're cream.
And the Kraken wore their homes on the road.
When I tune into Hockey Night in Canada on a Saturday night and the Oilers are at home and the atmosphere is crazy, I want to see the Oilers in the Blues.
I haven't thought about this at all. So if it's a dumb take, it's a dumb take. You shouldn't be allowed to wear alternates on the weekends. Fridays and Saturdays, you should have to wear your main jerseys. You can wear whites at home.
Disagree with that take. Disagree with that take if the alternate is kind of like built around being a weekend jersey.
Yeah, that's true. Like the Black Friday. Yeah,
if the Sabres wore the goat heads every weekend,
yes,
I think that's awesome.
They do it. Well, they do it for Throwback Thursdays now, but they did it on Black Friday. I agree with that.
Like the Red Sox do their the Navy
Fenway
jerseys,
greens, or they do Fenway greens on Fridays. Yeah, that's fair.
Like I like having structure built around your uniforms and when you wear them, and like kind of building a tradition around the threads.
What about this? Weekend matinees.
Yeah, if
no
you're playing a Sunday game, absolutely. Wear the other team's jersey if you want. I don't give a shit.
Like growing up, I loved that I didn't necessarily love the Pooh jersey, but I love that like on a Sunday matinee, you knew what you were getting. You tune into a Bruins game, you're getting Pooh jerseys. Shit's getting weird.
There were a couple of years where the Boston Red Sox Sunday home day games, they would wear white hats. Yeah. Nice touch.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice touch.
It sounds bad in theory.
Old and far. It just made it seem even fartier.
Baseball's weird though because it's like prime time to be watching baseball is Sunday at 1 p.m. Like hockey, if I'm watching hockey during the day on a Sunday, it feels like I'm doing something a little adventurous. Like I don't really get to do this.
Well, we've seen that the Oilers certainly perform well and that they get results and that they win. Sean, could you give me just some notable player stats I have sent you in these cream jerseys? Okay, so these are in 3 games. Connor McDavid has 5 goals, 8 points. Leon Draisaitl also has 8 points. Evan Bouchard has 7 assists in the cream jerseys, 3 games. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 5 points. Matthias Ekholm, 5 points. And then I'd throw this one on there. Don't be sad, Sean. Matt Savoy, 3 goals in his last 2 games. He is on big time long career watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked good, and I hate to say it, Sean, I think that like we are trending in the wrong direction for your happiness with that trade.
Yeah.
I mean, you were never thrilled with it.
This was inevitable. My only like relationship to this trade over the last year has been I need Ryan McLeod to build as much of a lead as possible, so this trade doesn't seem bad for as long as possible.
Hasn't really worked out that way.
It's not working out great right now. Yeah, I mean, Matthew Savoy is going to be a better player than, all respect, maybe not as fast as Ryan McLeod, but maybe a better hockey player than Ryan McLeod.
Okay, now here's where I need your boys' help, and I told you, Pete, there was a little part of this Oilers conversation that I thought would be up your alley. I've got a couple of what are we looking at here.
Okay.
And I am sincerely asking you, what are we looking at here? Sean, give me, thank you very much. Give me McDavid first. Folks, if you are listening on audio, you will see. Do you have it, Sean?
No, I'm not sure what you're referencing.
Oh.
What the hell?
What are we looking at here? Nobody knows.
Okay. I said it somewhere, but this is why we do a live show, folks. I will.
Somebody in the chat asked if this is pre-recorded. Hopefully this is proof that it is not. We are doing this live. We are going raw dog. All cream all the time.
Have I not sent you any file that says Oilers patch? There should be 2. I'll text them to you right now anyway.
No, I do not have
Oilers patch. Okay. You have them now?
Let's imagine it.
Yeah. Just close your eyes, everybody, if you could. All right. Sean is working on that now. It should take no time at all.
This is a good time for reflection.
Yes. A good time. We don't have an ad read now to do anyway. so we could reset. Let's act like it's the radio. This is What Chaos here on the Nation Network. We're in the Sports Interaction Studios.
We should do that every once in a while. Throw in a. We
A
need a
little
pause
pause for station
identification.
identification.
Yep.
That shit rocks. Sometimes
It's
you
so
gotta identify
hard.
the station,
You gotta. Which one did you want first?
bro. Give me McDavid first.
What is the point of station identification?
It's I think it's a legal thing.
I think it's like FCC.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I feel like I know what station I'm listening to when I'm putting on that station and tuning into it,
Yeah.
but maybe not.
I don't know. Radio's old.
Okay, is this
I got
live?
a whole digital dial and everything. Okay, yeah, Pete, what are we looking at here? Because the first picture on the left is a picture of Connor McDavid playing on October 28th against the Utah Mammoth. And then on the right, you have December 6th celebrating a goal against the Winnipeg Jets. I have put a yellow little square-ish rectangle thing around the C and the placement of the C. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I mean, I see that the C on the first picture is below the shoulder.
It's on
yoke.
the cream.
It is fully on the cream.
Full cream.
But Sean, you're closer to this than my eyes allow me to see. Does the C overrun the Oilers logo across the chest?
Does not
on that
appear
one?
so. It comes
dangerously
perilously
close.
I would say I would
Perilous.
agree with both. Perfect phrasing on both. It's dangerous. It's perilous. From where I stand, it looks like it's not touching.
No, there's
though.
a gap. You can see a gap, but it is definitely closer than it should be. There's
It's flirting.
it's
It's
not,
in
not,
a-
not ideal placement in either of these pictures.
It's in a
I'll say
smoothie
that.
shop.
Yes.
It
Comments
is
are
flirting.
going crazy right now. Jesse says, "Oh, we're seeing this." Sean says, "Thank God for those rectangles."
I mean, honestly, if you didn't do the rectangles, it would have been a more fun segment.
It would
'Cause
have
then
been a fun, spot
like,
the difference.
Yeah, right. The obviously the December 6th one, the C runs. They move it further away from the word mark, and
Yep.
it is over into the shoulder yoke.
It seems like they overcompensated.
I honestly feel like I kind of prefer the December 6th one.
Give me Nuge. Watch this, Pete. What are we looking at here?
Oh man, so they did this on both. This seems like it was maybe there was a memo that went out.
I was gonna say
There's-
this is intentional from somebody.
I was going to
said-
say an equipment managers only meeting.
Yeah,
Well,
like this
I
was
think
definitely
this is more
not a
likely
mistake.
An email that the equipment managers got from whether it be the NHL, Fanatics, Oilers, higher ups, being like, "You're not putting that thing in the right spot."
Okay, so I changed my opinion based off of this picture because
The A looks
the
real
A
good,
looks
yeah.
horrible.
The A looks good in 28th is what I was saying.
28th, yeah, the A looks horrible on the new one. So move it back down.
So you say keep it off. Put it in its own place. Give it its own space. Give it its own room.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, the A on new just plays perfectly on the 28th, I'd say.
Yes. All right. It's weird. I don't know what the story is there, but just something to look at.
Cool. Another reason to hate these jerseys.
I do want to get one of these cream jerseys, and famously, I've had a Jake Wallman one in my cart forever. I would feel weird doing it now because Wallman hasn't been playing in these games. He played on the 28th against the Mammoth. I think he actually had a couple of points because everyone goes off in those jerseys.
As somebody who wants a Mikko Rantanen Whalers jersey, all they gotta do is wear it once.
Okay, what I'm thinking now, though, is either Nuge with the Play Alberta patch because there is so much shit on that, man.
It's like a pro standard jersey.
It is, yes. That looks like Pro Standard made it. There is just shit absolutely all over it. Or, what about a Matt Savoy?
Fuck you.
I was gonna. Say, I think you should get the Evan Bouchard. You don't have a Bouch jersey.
I don't have a Boost jersey, and that definitely fits with the, what the fuck is this? now?
Yes,
That's a
and he's
terrible
been
move.
going off 7
Yeah.
assists.
I think you should get a R.I.P. in peace Calvin Pickard jersey because you want to talk about a moment in
the
time
Calvin
jersey.
Pickard Memorial jersey.
You want to talk about a moment in time jersey. That's
Yeah.
that right there.
Okay, it could be that. So is that, let's see, is that everything we
No,
had
it
on?
can't. No,
Also, we need to note how the team is embracing the cream of this all. Do you have the Sportsnet post, Sean? Sportsnet posted on Instagram, the Oilers are outscoring opponents 21-9 this season when wearing their alternate uniforms. And the Oilers commented on that video, and the comment, I don't know how to feel about it. They wrote, "All aboard the cream wagon with a glass of
milk.
milk."
I don't like the milk emoji.
Typically, I don't want milk emojis on my comments.
And also,
don't like where it heads.
It's milk's white. Your jerseys are cream.
Yeah, but maybe they're suggesting that's cream.
Yeah, but it also.
I get what they're trying.
I get what they're doing. But like, you chose something that is known for being white.
I would like to go on Instagram and search filter by milk emoji and see how badly that
I was going to say, I'm not sure you want
Sportsnet
to.
post stands out from the other usages of the milk emoji.
Well, respectfully, it's going to be like 30% of them are going to be Pete Blackburn left comments.
Maybe not. God forbid men have hobbies.
Okay, so the Oilers are the hottest team in hockey, but are they? Because there's a new hottest team in hockey, and it's the Colorado Avalanche. After losing 6-3 last week to the Islanders in regulation, that's right, the Avalanche are a team that loses games in regulation. They have won 2 games in a row. Congratulations, Avalanche fans. You finally have a hot team, and they might end up having a good season, but they'll have to contend with the new hottest team in hockey, and that'd be the Florida Panthers, or maybe no. I put the Panthers on there, and then I put question mark, and then new space, bullet, question mark. They've won 2 games in a row, but they only won one of them because Dean Evison challenged a play he shouldn't have, and then he lost his mind. They don't ask how, they ask how many.
And they say that it's a joke, too. No, I would say the Panthers deserve to be there because they beat the Islanders, who beat the Colorado Avalanche, transitive property. They are the hottest team in hockey.
I like that.
I do have a story from the weekend. I went to a coffee shop on Saturday before the Avalanche played the Rangers.
Any cute baristas? I guess he's a smoothie maker. But
yeah, God damn it, Sean. You don't have a ball. It's not a barista.
I was referencing a comment earlier. But
God.
Same difference.
You want to call him a waiter? You can call him that because he does that when Sean doesn't fire his ass for being terrible at the job.
But he's pretty good at the job.
He still holds the gig.
He seems good at the job.
I don't know. That was Scott's fault. Like, maybe don't stand in front of doors.
Yeah. Oh, that job, the catering job.
No, dude, he rocks. His calling is for sure
smoothies. Yeah.
The smoothies.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I went to the coffee shop on Saturday. I was wearing an Avalanche hat, and I was waiting in line for my coffee. And this like middle-aged man came up to me. No idea who I was, which was great. This is part of the why this interaction was so wholesome and great. He just came up to me, saw my Avalanche hat, and was like, "The Avalanche are unbelievable. They're playing my Rangers today. I hope they take it easy on us. The Rangers are ass. They make me want to kill myself." Like, just offering up how down bad he is over the Rangers this year, and just showing a ton of respect to the Colorado Avalanche, and showing that he absolutely knows puck. Like, he was talking about like the idea that the Rangers would trade Artemi Panarin, and so like we had a full dork conversation as complete strangers. I did ask him if he knew Johnny Lazarus. He said, "I do indeed." I love that. So this guy was my favorite part of the weekend, honestly.
Northeast is the best part of the country.
Shout out that my favorite guy.
But you say that, and like Boston is a great hockey city. Those kind of conversations don't happen as often as you'd think.
They happen way more often here than they do
for sure
in like the Southwest, for example.
For sure. But like I wish that more people would talk puck unprompted like they do basketball. Like the NBA, people love just talking as casuals about the NBA. It does not happen with the NHL as much as I wish that it would. Like, that interaction made my entire weekend, just because like talking puck with strangers is the best.
I agree.
My favorite part of the weekend was similar. After my first or second shift playing hockey on Friday, I got back to the bench. I cannot catch a pass to save my life. Like and it's one of those things. Once it gets in your head, then suddenly you're like, now suddenly I can't catch passes anymore, or maybe I never could. 2 breakout passes I didn't catch and turned it over. The third one I caught and I had space. People were like, "You got time, and I still turned it over like 1 second later. And I got back to the bench, and there was only one other sub there. And he was like, look good out there, man. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice, but I don't know. I haven't played in a while, and I know this is all just we're all having fun here, but like, damn, I cannot catch a pass. And the guy is like I would say he's like maybe like 55, 60, and he was like, yeah, but like, isn't playing hockey the best thing in the world? Isn't this the best sport in the world? And I was like, yes. And I watch so much hockey, I don't often stop and say, this is the best sport, because I also watch a lot of other sports. And I, quite frankly, am not a fan of when people are like, my sport's this, your sport's this, or whatever. But sitting in a cold-ass rink, sweating, being terrible at hockey, and someone from a different generation being like, this is the best sport. I was honestly kind of like talking to Sean. It was awesome. And I'll take that memory with me forever. So Panthers hot, Oilers hot, Avalanche hot. Pete, you also submitted whoever is playing the Blackhawks.
Yeah, this real tough weekend for my Chicago Blackhawks. It was a very, very difficult weekend. They lost back-to-back games by 6+ goals and probably had the worst ass-kicking of the entire season last night against the Anaheim Ducks. The numbers from that game are preposterous. Preposterous. They got dominated. Belt to ass does not cut it.
Agree.
When you look at the numbers of the Blackhawks Ducks game yesterday, attempts were 87-34 in favor of Anaheim. Shots 53-20 in favor of Anaheim. Scoring chances 51-11 in favor of Anaheim. High danger chances 28-3 in favor of Anaheim. And this one's my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. Deserve to win a meter. 99.2% in favor of Anaheim. And I say this is my favorite because the deserve to win a meter basically exists so that opposing fans or fans of teams who lost games can go to the deserve to win a meter to say, actually, we could have won that game. And it usually serves that purpose because every time a team loses a game, you can go to the deserve to win a meter and it'll be like, yeah, like half the time they'd probably win that game. Just didn't go your way.
And we're talking when it's like a 3-goal game.
Yeah. Like the only other game that I would submit into evidence for being the ass kicking of the year would be probably the Oilers loss to the Stars on, what was that, Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It's very nice of you, but I would also maybe throw into there the Oilers loss against the Avalanche.
What did they lose that game
one
by?
too. That one, I think they gave up 9 goals.
Okay. Oh,
so
that's
been,
right.
I was going to say.
There's been a couple. But they won 2 games in a row, so they're in the playoffs.
But I would feel confident in saying that if you went to the deserve to win a meter after one of those games, it would probably be like 30 to 40% chance that the Oilers could have won that game. No. The Blackhawks had no business winning that game in any universe. No multiverse is presenting an opportunity for the Chicago Blackhawks to win that game. It was unbelievable.
The Cope machine did not work for this game.
I don't know if the deserve to win a meter like keeps receipts or keeps records, but I would love to see at the end of the year what the worst, most lopsided games were.
I thought you were going to say like deserve to win teams because last year we had a whatnot keep standings.
No, I want to see what the deserve to win a meter says were the most lopsided games of the year.
For the record, the 8-3 loss to the Dallas Stars right before Thanksgiving for the Edmonton Oilers, they had a 13.3% chance of winning that game.
Yeah, they could have pulled that one off.
You know, flip a coin 10 times. 1.5 times they win that game.
They're going to have a chance. Let's get to some other weekend stuff. And we'll lead with Quinn Hughes. Haven't done a lot of Quinn Hughes today. Haven't done any Quinn Hughes today, which is wild because the whole league is talking about Quinn Hughes. But I think we're kind of entering wake me up when it actually starts to heat up with him.
No, I think we're here. I think we're there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Okay. Like
we're in Bo Byram territory.
This kind
No. Like we are not in a holding pattern anymore with Quinn Hughes.
Okay.
We are in shit's getting real territory with Quinn Hughes, I believe.
Like, if there's something of substance, we'll do it. And the last couple of things that have happened with Quinn Hughes have been of substance. Quinn Hughes, acting like he is not a New Jersey Devil, referred to the Devils general manager as Fitzy. Do you have the video, Sean?
Yeah. Quinn, this probably happened 10 minutes before you stepped on the ice rolling up, so you probably haven't heard anything about it yet. But on Hockey Night in Canada, there was a report that your name is sort of surfaced in trade talks between the Canucks and the New Jersey Devils. Obviously, that's big for the Canucks fans. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but do you have any sort of reaction to those sorts of rumors?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm doing what I can. Like you said, I'm on the ice. It wasn't like if there was a call, me, Jim, and Fitzy hopped on the call. I wasn't a part of that. But obviously, I'm aware that things like that could happen for sure.
Your teammates have been dealing with a fair bit of this sort of rumors.
Jim for his guy, Fitzy for not his guy.
Yeah.
Only thing I'll say is Jim Rutherford doesn't seem like he has any time for being called anything other than Jim or Mr. Rutherford.
Too old. Yeah, he's
Way
a
too
big
old.
Mr.
JR.
Rutherford.
JR, yeah.
He goes by GMJR.
Yeah. It does. It seems like almost it would be more alarming to me as a Canucks fan if he was calling Jim Rutherford Jimmy or Ruds or some shit like that. Then I'd be like, oh, this guy's the fuck out of here.
I'm going to get us in trouble for saying this, but we're all rooting for Quinn Hughes to the Red Wings over Quinn Hughes to the Devils, right? Shout out Devils fans. I love you.
I'll be honest, at this point in time,
You just get him out?
yeah. I'm sorry. Like I feel very bad for my Canucks people because like I know that they don't want this, but at some point there is an air of inevitability, and I feel like we're there. And what?
Well, Creek BS, I'm sorry, but I just had a visceral reaction because it's so true. We have to note Quinn Hughes is allowed to call him by his nickname because Quinn Hughes is not a female hockey fan.
This is why I didn't want the Canucks to start a podcast.
Yeah, man. Did you miss that, Sean?
Yeah, I think I did.
There was like a clip of the Canucks talking about like how it's weird when like people call them by their nicknames, and I think one of them
Or using like hockey lingo outside of hockey. Okay.
Yeah, and one of them like said that like specifically referenced girls calling players by their names, and so it was pulled and
Tough clip.
Yeah,
I would need to see the context, but I could
What
see
I'll
where
say-
that would go wrong for the Canucks.
What I'll
Tough
say,
clip
I've
for the
seen a lot of
guys.
discourse around the Canucks podcasts and like some of the clips out there. They're new to podcasting. They let them work through some of their issues podcasting. If it doesn't get better in like a couple of months,
They're crawling.
I'm
They're
not going to
crawling.
get mad at them for. I mean, obviously, if they say some crazy shit, they say problematic shit, I'll get mad at them. I'm not going to get mad at them for being bad podcasters because this is the most clear. Somebody approached them and was like, "We're going to make you the Kelsey brothers, and here's a giant check." What are they supposed to say no to that?
yeah.
But they're obviously not going to be. I don't think they have the natural chemistry and charisma that the Kelsey brothers have.
I'll agree with that. Well, Quinn Hughes, anyway, is calling his brother's GM Fitzy.
Yeah,
I don't know why I put brothers in. That's those
That's
are
the
their
only
brothers.
part.
I like the conspiracy
Yeah.
theory. Man, they're really brothers. No, I'm sad for Quinn Hughes. I think the entire situation in Vancouver is very sad, and we went over sort of the clips and the quiet quitting that Quinn Hughes might be doing.
It's really tough.
Update though, I am the proud new owner of a Quinn Hughes jersey.
Are you?
Team USA.
Oh, right.
right.
Yeah, I bought a Team USA Quinn Hughes jersey, and I'm not kicking out of bed the possibility that I will own a second Team USA jersey by the time the Olympics start.
I saw
Also, Quinn Hughes.
No, I'm waiting for the roster to be announced, and you
Caulfield.
said it. I have to get a Cole
I feel
Caulfield
like
jersey.
are contractually obligated.
I have to get a Cole Caulfield jersey because I can't buy Cole Caulfield's current jersey.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have an Austin Matthews USA jersey.
I saw the jersey in the flesh, and I'll say quality-wise, for a Nike jersey, there's been some Nike hasn't had the best moments with jerseys
Got up in Major League Baseball.
the last few years.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fine. The thing though with me is the collar thing is that jersey probably weighs 90 pounds.
That's such a
You got
clear,
ice on there.
Like,
I hate it.
Nike is like, we need to have a thing. Here.
It needs to be
Nike.
innovative.
It needs to be a Nike jersey.
Right. That's so annoying to me. And it could be it could definitely be worse
Oh, yeah.
in the way that like they make it a Nike jersey. But still, I don't know if anybody has like a lick pad for their dog. I have a couple lick pads for my dog, and you just spread like peanut butter in
Yeah.
it, and they spend hours licking this shit to calm their anxiety. The fucking collar on Nike jerseys look like dog lick pads.
Lick pad ass collar.
I mean-
Yes, it's awful. But
Jeremy
I'm
Swayman would've
not
loved
going to
that.
buy that jersey.
That classic picture of Jeremy Swayman biting his jersey.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
That's why
chew
they put it
toy.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, chew toy ass jersey. Michael Misa We saw him sent to the AHL. We were very excited because there was a teddy bear toss for the San Jose Barracuda this weekend. Michael Misa behaved. He did not shoot teddy bears into the stands. He did score a goal. Good for him. We had whatnots on the ground. People were very excited to get to, what's that?
I'm trying to think of the way that Emily Kaplan phrased boots on the ground. It was like
she
something
didn't
like
nail it, but the way that she
boots.
didn't, the way she didn't nail it was like, well, that's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to remember.
That's a fun way of
it's
putting it.
way cooler, way funnier.
There was ground on boots. Shout out Emily Kaplan. It was the only time she didn't swear, so it was the only stuff that we can replay. Emily was the best with us last week. Go check that out if you missed it. But yes, we had whatnots on the ground. Whatnot Nikki brought a sign to the Barracuda game that said, "Hey Misa, toss pucks, not bears."
It was signception because it was a bear holding a sign on the sign.
It's kind of like a Chick-fil-A.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Eat more chicken.
Yes. Yeah, like the spirit of it.
This seems like just a neutral statement, but I obviously have a personal interest in it.
That's an unbelievable sign.
I think it's a great sign. I couldn't make a teddy bear that good.
And he gave her a puck.
That's incredible behavior from Michael Misa. Still gets an A- on the weekend.
Yeah, I don't like our boy maturing there. That to me is not a redemption arc.
No.
That to me is him going soft.
Yeah.
I think it's just he was at home. Wasn't trying to injure his home fans.
Unbelievable.
If he'd been on the road, he would have been launching those teddy bears.
Unbelievable part of this, though, is that we did get Michael Misa in a teddy bear toss jersey.
Yes.
Which I wish so bad that those jerseys were being sold, but they're not. I believe they're being auctioned.
I was going to say they're going to be fucking auctioned, and
But-
we can't afford that.
I know. And that's the only reason why I'm not trashing the Barracuda for not putting them on sale, because of the fact that they have a Michael Misa teddy bear toss jersey and it's a 1-of-1. That thing, if anybody knows puck, that thing should go for $10 million.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't really know puck, like you kind of just lucked into an NHL player being like in the, it's like when MLB players get sent down on rehab assignments, like, you get like these one-offs and it's fun.
We are on Michael Misa wants to play for anybody but the Sharks territory, because not only is he away from the Sharks to play for the San Jose Barracuda, but it was also announced today that he is being loaned to Team Canada for the World Junior Championships later this month.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Him
that's
and Zane
fair.
Parak.
Doesn't want to play for the Sharks.
Do we have any updates on there was talk of Beckett Seneca there?
He was not listed in the 3-player. Like, why would Beckett Seneca? With all due respect, why would the Ducks loan Beckett Seneca to Team Canada when Beckett Seneca has been one of their best players?
He scored a hell of a goal last night.
It was an awesome entry, and I was about to send a tweet being like, "Damn, shout out Beckett Seneca, he rocks." And then I saw the fucking goal, and
Arvid Soderblom. Not his best moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was an awful goal. Goal. So, shout out Beckett Seneca, though. Still having a great season.
Well, on the subject of sweaters, Austin Matthews had a nifty little play. I don't even remember what the play was. I just know that Austin Matthews did something, and the Leafs posted it with the caption, "Ooh la la," quoting Austin's, and it said Austin's sweater. See that? All right, that's nice. I think that really just the Leafs wanted to say ooh la la and mention Austin's sweater. And if you don't know what we're talking about regarding Austin's sweater, he wore a freaky sex sweater to a game a couple of weeks ago, and that was the week of podcasts for us. That sweater, by the way, I checked.
Yeah.
There's a Black Friday sale, whatever, like November
Black
month.
Friday's a myth now.
It's what?
It's a myth.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's like a spiritual season.
You see what Slam Frank calls their Black Friday sale?
Slam Frank.
Yeah.
You don't know what Slam Frank is?
Oh,
I'm only
Dan
saying
Frank,
this because
yeah.
DJ has not stopped talking about it for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Slam Frank is insane. If
I
people
thought
don't know
you had
what,
a new nickname for Frank Saravalli.
if people don't know what Slam Frank is,
No, Slam Frank is what Michael Bublé does.
Yeah.
yes.
That's what he's going to call his new Christmas album.
No, I was targeted this on Instagram and I saw it and I was like, what is this and what do these people think I am? There was a tweet, I missed this, but like years ago, it was probably maybe some 2022, something like that. Someone seriously tweeted that Anne Frank had white privilege and they were serious about it. And they were trying to, I'm sure it was a white person who did this tweet, said like Anne Frank had white privilege. And they had a thread explaining why is everyone all obsessed with Anne Frank? So,
before we go any further, I just need an explanation as to how Anne Frank had white privilege.
Well, see,
in this person's eyes. Do you remember that?
No, I just know that the tweet existed because of this. A playwright then dug in and made a whole ass Hamilton-esque play about someone making a play about Anne Frank, but knowing that since in this universe Anne Frank, quote unquote, had white privilege, how can they make a non-offensive Anne Frank play? So they go out of their way to add in all these elements, and it ends up being like Anne Frank is Latinx, and it's this outrage. Because I saw a clip from the play, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I looked it up, and it's just somebody doing what I love to do, which is like mocking something, but not just mocking it, spending years of their life being like, "You are the stupidest fucking." Seinfeld 2000 did this, where they were mocking the Seinfeld Today account.
Yeah.
But anyway. They had a sale on their tickets, and it was like Black Friday, and they crossed it out, and they were like called it Friday of Color.
Oh my God.
So anyway, that's your Slam Frank minute.
No way this is pre-recorded. Anne Frank chat would get cut. No chance.
Well, first off, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't have got cut.
Somebody, look at the comments on the video are like. On the videos are a mix of people who get that they're making fun of someone and who are like, holy fuck, what did Hamilton create?
So was the white privilege tweet, was that like done in full earnest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like I don't know how to tell you, just like a horrible, how did your brain...
Yeah, how do you even make that work?
But I also love the idea of like, if I was hoping that it was a shitpost, one for like the sake of humanity, but also like a shitpost that inspires somebody to spend like the next 15 years of their life creating something to mock this one tweet or post. It'd be incredible.
Yeah, I sadly don't think the initial thing was a shit post.
I mean,
because unfortunately,
it doesn't fucking matter. It's the internet.
People on the internet are so dumb, and people are
Rex Factor
still
says,
very anti-Semitic.
Rex Factor says internet is not a mistake. Letting minors on it definitely was. I did see that Australia, I think it's Australia, is just like banning minors from using social media. Love that.
I mean, I would like to see that enforced because
Sean Boyce, like to see you fucking try.
Well, I mean, it's just like Facebook implemented a 13-year-old age limit when I was a child. And everybody I knew had a Facebook page.
You just lie about your birthday.
Exactly. But in theory, it's nice.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Let's get to, do we do everything? Yeah, we've done everything, but talk to you about the show that has captured our hearts. Let's break down Heated Rivalry, Episode 3, Hunter. One of,
banger.
I'll say, people said after we talked about Episodes 1 and 2, just you wait for Episode 3. And we said, we cannot wait for Episode 3.
I mean, we literally had to.
No, we were forced to. Yeah. We didn't want to. But with how Episode 2 ended, you heard me last week. I was Shane starting to type out the we didn't even kiss and then deleted, and you're thinking like, damn, these two, they're in a relationship where it feels like love is just not allowed, or feelings aren't allowed yet. One of the members of this relationship just does not know where they stand. What do we get next? We get an episode that has everything that has been kept from us in the first 2 episodes, which is a love story. Scott Hunter, Kip, the juice maker, the smoothie maker, not barista, although we're seeing some people in the chat say maybe there was some barista references in the book. So we don't know that yet. We have not read the books. We are just watching the show week to week. But Scott Kip's storyline gives you everything that you haven't gotten so far in this series. And just a lot of it is like a counterbalance or a counterweight to what the other episodes are giving you, because Shane and Ilya, you have they meet as adversaries. They're supposed to be rivals. They're not supposed to like each other. Kip and Scott have a meet cute.
Yeah.
The Shane and Ilya, there's like a lot of, it's kind of running around and being secretive, but like not really even being upfront with each other. Scott courts Kip.
Yeah.
Just like, it's more of a love story. And
well, it's a different love story. And like I got some pushback, or like some of the feedback that we got after the first episode, or the way that we kind of talked about the beginnings of the Hollander Rosanov story, was like, yeah, the smut and the sex comes first, but like that's the way that it happens in a lot of gay relationships.
well, I said that last week, where it's like hot person meets hot person, they bang a lot. Oh, the horror. That's how, yes, that happens in a lot of gay relationships. That happens in a lot of relationships.
For sure. But like, I think that like this is, you put it a good way, like it's a counterbalance, because in that story you get the sex and then like as a setup to the emotional connection. This way you get the emotional connection that leads to the sex. And it was a nice counterbalance. And I really, really liked this episode in particular, because like it very much took its time, and it very much like, I feel like I learned more about these two characters in 40 minutes than I did about the other in the first two episodes.
That's for a couple of reasons. One is the first two episodes are about what, folks? Time jumps. Half the time it just says on the screen 3 months later, 5 months later, whatever. So you don't actually see anything or hear from these people. You just see that time is moving. And the other thing is what they're willing to give each other and what they're willing to show each other. And Ilya definitely has like one thing so far that we've seen he will give to Shane. Yeah, he's flirty with him and everything, but he's also like, you are mine.
There are walls.
Yes, there's definitely walls. And like I said, end of episode 2, where Shane's like, damn, I'm starting to catch feelings. Am I allowed to be doing that here? Scott says to Kip, I hope you catch feelings. I hope that after one hookup, you stay here. And also, I hope you don't consider that a hookup, because I am trying to make you like my fucking person here. And shout out Kip not being like, that was a lot. I will see you later. He was like, okay, I'm going to entertain this. I'm going to see where it goes. And I got to shout out, I wrote down the actor's name. It is, I think I wrote down the actor's name. It is a French name. I apologize. I don't have it. But something Renaud? Anyway, the actor who plays Scott, I apologize. The monologue at breakfast, amazing performance. Like this episode is something that, and I don't want to get into the
Francois Arnaud.
Okay, I don't want to put these episodes against each other. I want to talk about them in the group that they make up. Whereas like these two things bring this thing counters that, and all that. I don't want to get into a 1 and 2 were bad because I like 3, and I know that you're not doing that, but I think that I'm already seeing a lot of people like, you have your favorite episodes, and that's great. Like I think that I know that 3 is, I think, the episode that I will rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. Like if I have half hour to give to Heated Rivalry in 3 years, I'll say I'm going to watch that third episode and I'm going to cry. There's a special place in my heart for episode 2 though, because at the end of episode 2 is where I was like, okay, this absolutely has me.
At the end of episode 2, they plant the seed of what's to come. And then in episode 3, I think that episode 3 does a really good job of showing you what this series is capable of. And for those of us who have not read the books and are just going into this TV series, you see most of the first the first two episodes, and you're not really sure like how deep this show is going to go and how it's going to be able to explore the relationships, because you don't have that like base knowledge of the way that they're going to explore the Ilya and Scott relationship further. Shane, sorry. And so episode 3 definitely elevated my like hopes and my expectations for this series as a whole, because you see what it's capable of when it kind of dives deeper into like the relationships and the intricacies and sort of the dynamics there. And so I'm very, very excited. I also think that like going into it without any sort of knowledge, like it was pretty obvious that the first 2 episodes were a lot of setup, but I feel like in the way that the setup was delivered, because of the time jumps, there was a lot of like, well, this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. Whereas like in episode 3, I feel like it was a much better job of doing like, this happened, so this happened, or this happened because this happened. And it just felt a little bit more fluid and more just, I guess, like I felt way more, what's the word that I'm looking for? Just like kind of in the series.
Yeah, I mean, the end of here's what, among other things, here's what episode 3 served to do. It made the questions that you have at the end of it made the questions that you have at the end of episode 2 about Shane and Ilya, not about the show. You know, like at the end of episode 2, where there's the "we didn't even kiss," you're like, are we going to get that? And then you see episode 3, which is a lot more of like a full picture, like 2 people falling in love with each other. And you're like, okay, the show is going to do that. Mm-hmm. This question now just applies to these 2. Like the show is going to do it, but is it going to do it with Shane and Ilya? And if it doesn't do it with Shane and Ilya, are we unsatisfied? Because that could also like serve to that's a very human thing too, where a relationship is more physical than it is emotional, and one of the parties inevitably is like, I hate to say it, this kind of isn't what I'm here for anymore. I want the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you have any issues with episode 3 in particular?
Yes. Man in the Crease is not a good podcast. That is confirmed. I also need to note, I buried the lead here. I edited the Heated Rivalry Wikipedia page last night.
You edited it?
I had to edit it.
What'd you put?
It said that meeting, and I'm sorry to whoever wrote this, and I'm sorry to have pulled rank as a hockey person. It said that after meeting Kip and drinking the smoothies or juice from Straw plus Berry, he broke out of a losing streak. And I edited it to say scoring slump.
Ah, yes. Good call.
It was more of a scoring slump.
Maybe they were losing, though. Were they? Was that explicitly?
But they were making it about Man in the Crease, which I think we can all agree is a fucking rubbish podcast, was making it all about Scott Hunter. And as Scott Hunter does not play goalie, if he were a goalie, then yeah, they're losing these games and they're making it all about the goalie.
I had one huge problem with episode 3. And it may not be what you think, but there was a point in that in episode 3 where they're hooking up and one of them says to the other, "I can't believe you're into me." Both of those guys are just the hottest guy in the world. Like, how is there any world in which they would look at the other one and be like, "Ew, gross," or like, how is it possible that they wouldn't be into each other?
I mean, one's a pro athlete.
I'm a straight man and I'm into both those guys.
I feel like when you're a pro athlete, it ends up being more than just like physical attraction. You've got such a large selection. Maybe not as much like for a gay pro athlete, because you have to be a lot more discreet, or at least in Scott's situation, he's being a lot more discreet. But like, I don't know. I think I'm a pretty good looking guy. If Cameron Brink was into me, I'd be like, why are you into me?
Oh, no, disagree. That has been a core philosophy of mine forever. I've never been what are those two doing together? How is he into her? She into him into him, whomever? Like, I can answer it. They like each other.
I mean,
but on top of that, they're also both like the hottest people in the world.
Yes.
Like
yes.
that moment like fully took me out of the show for like 5 to 10 seconds.
I mean, to be fair, like Sky in the chat said hot people are insecure too. Like Kip is just a guy working 2 jobs trying desperately to get into art school. Like I think there's reason to believe that he doesn't look at himself in like the
like there's talk
life.
about like the status and the class difference.
Yeah, I think
get
that's
that.
the big thing.
At the end of the day,
physically,
you are still fucking absolutely 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, I mean,
both of you.
Physically, Kip's the hottest guy in the show. I'll say that.
I think so
Kip's
too.
The hottest guy. Maybe it's because he's such a sweetheart.
Do you have the tweet that I sent you? It was like from somebody sent the tweet and was like, "Which heated rivalry guy is your type?" And it's just like the 4 hottest guys in the world.
And they're
It's so
also
funny.
like, I guess Shane is at least part Asian, but otherwise it's like 3 white guys.
Yeah, it's just like they're all like so hot, and it's like, which one is your type? All of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So that was my one problem with episode 3. I saw like
I have one thing that I want to push back on from episode 3, and I'll also note on the Kip discussion and how hot he is when he did the Dreyfus in Jaws look, which was like the glasses and the sweater. I was watching with my girlfriend, and she was like, "That's an amazing look for him," and I was like, "Yes, but we have to." This is one of those people, kind of like, don't let it go to your head, Pete. I kind of think this way about you, where like pretty much every look works for you because you're really handsome.
Thanks, bud.
Like that's what, on a different level for him, apologies now, there's where I take it back away. But Kip, I feel like any look is going to look really good. He's starting with an amazing base.
Yeah. And I also saw the tweet that was like, what reason does any man have to look like this? And it was Kip shirtless for like working at a smoothie shop. And it's like, because he's just like a hot guy who lifts and is, I think, like 5'6", 5'7". As a 5'6" guy, you go to the gym like one time and you kind of look like that. It's the best part of being small.
Also, be hot. Like if you can be hot, be hot.
Right. Like your job doesn't necessarily have to define how in shape you are.
I would agree.
Few things I want to hit here. One, Scott looking at Kip during the warm-ups, like that whole warm-up scene was awesome. That's where I was like, I am all in on this episode. Pausing the tickets.
I think that Scott should focus on the game a little bit more. Doing a lot of staring into the crowd.
For somebody who's trying real hard to be subtle.
Definitely.
Not the most subtle.
Like can't go to an art gallery with Kip where there's like 4 people, but during pregame warm-ups at a Major League Hockey game is like gawking into the crowd and waving at him.
I mean,
just not the most subtle. You're right there.
If we're going to talk about doing a bad job of being subtle, at the gala, there's a scene where Kip and Scott are talking to each other, and they do the, I'm standing here looking this way, you're standing here looking this way, our faces are like this, and we're going to act like we're not talking to each other, but here's what's going on. 2 people are standing oddly close to each other, both staring at absolutely nothing and talking. I bet they're carrying on something they're trying to hide.
I will say, to be fair, I guess Kip was standing next to a woman.
Yeah,
sitting
fair.
next to a woman. So he has a little plausible deniability as to who he was waving at in particular.
Yeah,
but also, I wasn't sure how I felt about his friend.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I agree.
During the dance?
Yes.
Oh, where
it's
she
bad
like,
behavior.
Well, I don't know. I don't
lot of
want to say
insertion.
I don't want to say it's bad behavior because like I appreciate what she was trying to do for Kip.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think it was a certain amount of ignorance, I guess, as to the situation that Scott finds himself in.
Yeah.
And like not appreciating, especially presumably as like a straight woman being like, you need to like show Kip off to the world. I agree from her perspective as Kip's friend, but like I think you need to have a certain amount of grace for what that would mean for Scott.
Definitely, and I also think that you need to let people kind of like come to their own decisions and conclusions.
And I know this is
felt a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, but like I get that it's like a very complicated thing that gay couples, especially if somebody is like a public figure, has to deal with, like the balance between coming out at your own pace and all of that stuff, and also like what that means for any romantic partners you have. It's complicated, but it just felt a little it's like we've been dating kind of maybe for like 2 months maybe, and then just like this is my first time meeting you, and I'm going to insert myself in the middle of your relationship.
Not only
Something like
inserting into the middle of a relationship, and I would need to rewatch that scene, but and I feel this way about how much we talk about the show and all the adoration that we heap on this. I would not like this to turn into anybody feeling any sort of pressure to do anything that they're not yet comfortable doing. And in that scene, I feel like, and I could rewatch it, maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I very much apologize. It felt like she was nudging him to come out. No?
It felt like she was nudging him to come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it was essentially like,
which
she was
obviously
saying, speaking for Kip, like saying he doesn't want to be in like a secret relationship.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in the shadows.
Which is completely
so like
fair.
if this is going to work, you're gonna have to like be comfortable being more in front of the public.
If that's the approach where you're like, I know my friend very well, and he'll tell you that he loves you and that he doesn't mind being hidden, but you need to know that he does. Like, if that's what where she's coming from, where she's like, I just need you to know the kind of man that you're getting in a relationship with and what makes him tick, that's fine. But pressuring, I think, anybody under any circumstance to come out when they're not ready to is slightly problematic.
Yeah.
But it's also like a real thing that happens.
I was going to say, it's also like, this is why
that's part
people
of-
who paint things in black and white terms
Yes.
are living
Right.
an unrealistic life, because this is a difficult thing. Do you think that Scott, who has the purest heart I've seen on the show, this side of Hayden, by the way, is like, has any sort of like bad ill will, like unpositive thoughts when it comes to the idea of coming out? I think it's more just like, fuck, this is this. Like, it's more
That's why I like
complicated
the
for him
episode.
than he wants it to be.
That's why I like the episode
Same.
so much, is because like nobody is the villain in this particular story, and nobody's the villain yet in this series at all. I would say maybe like was it Shane's mom?
I think the parents are. Shane's mom, Ilya's dad. But even Ilya's dad has a little bit of a redemption.
Or Ilya's brother. Ilya's brother is definitely the most villainous in the series so far. But particularly in episode 3, like nobody comes across as a villain or a bad person. And like somebody asked me on Twitter after I tweeted about it, was like, are you team Scott? Are you team Kip? And the answer is like, we don't have enough evidence to be against or anti or pick a side on either one of these
team
guys.
Skip.
Anyone, yeah. So like that's part of the reason that I felt so strongly about episode 3 being great, is because I feel like it handled the story and how difficult the perspective and the approach is from both sides of that relationship.
Yeah, while we're talking about people in Kip's life, we need to shout out Sean, who I did shout out earlier, but so supportive. What a good friend. Does not fire him for all that, and is like, hey, you clearly don't want to tell me something, so I'm not going to make you tell me anything, but take a couple minutes, get your shit together, and then come back out there. I think that, and at that point, I was like, there's no bad guys here. There's no, the villain, although I will get to a villain in a second, the villain is the circumstances.
Yeah.
It's not that anyone is like, there's no, until that dance scene, I was like, uh-oh, here are we maybe getting our bad guy? Like, there's no A Star Is Born. Remember in The Star Is Born, there's just that guy. I think he's her manager or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like meddling and fucking up a very delicate thing where there's like an addict involved and he's just trying to...
This would be better if you were dead.
Yes. like there's none of that shit. And so in defense of Elena, she wasn't saying like...
Correct.
This would be better if you would just stop being such a baby, you know?
And like shout out to Sean, shout out to Kip's entire support system.
I was gonna say Kip's dad fucking rocks.
Elena, everybody, Sean, like that whole support system, A+.
I'm saying this as a straight man, so this might hit differently, but like I feel like instantly when I see a gay character, I'm naturally gonna go like, there's gonna be a someone in his life who is telling him that being gay is wrong. And like, or like looking down on him. And it was very refreshing to me to just see a gay man have a very nice, positive relationship with his father. Like, I feel like that's so rare in pop culture, mainly because I feel like gay characters are often written by straight people. But, like, it was just very nice to see that there's, like, you know, there are good people in the world. And, like, this guy has a good father who supports him being gay or supports him for who he is. Like, that was refreshing to me.
Are we going to call out what's being said in the chat right now?
Nice eyebrow guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with somebody.
We have new listeners.
Somebody came into the chat and said, what are these guys' names? There's glasses guy and there's nice eyebrows guy. So I think you win in that battle in terms of like compliments. I'm just glasses guy, but congrats.
In defense of Pete, and thank you, I wanted someone to point that out. In defense of Pete, the glasses prevent you from seeing how nice his eyebrows are.
Thank you.
He's got the thick frames that cover up the eyebrows, but I'll take that compliment all day. Yes, we've talked about Kip's dad, who was just fantastic. I agree with everything you both said there. Now we need to talk about the only, and I say this tongue-in-cheek, potential villain here. Based on what I've seen so far in the show, I don't know if I would believe that Shane would be as mean as he was to Scott after their game, where he said, like, didn't even show up for this game or something. That was, like, mean.
I mean,
that wasn't trash talk. That was just like odd.
We haven't seen enough from Shane to suggest that he would do that.
Yeah.
Which, like, maybe there's more in the books. And by the way, like, if I can ask anything from the Heated Rivalry fan base that exists before the show, can you please, like, stop telling us to read the books? Or, like, you can suggest, like, you should read the books after all of this is done.
So
but
quit asking.
But it, like,
I'm not reading the books. I'm sorry.
I might read the books.
I'm not
at some
going to.
point.
I don't
probably
like reading
won't.
that much.
But like, allow this to exist as a TV show, and like, please give some space to like people who don't know what's coming, whether it's plot or whether it's like ignorance. Because there was a lot of people being like, "Well, they're gonna get to the stuff that's coming down the road. The first 2 episodes were just for setup." All I have are the first 2 episodes and what's in front of me. Can I please like have an evaluation based off of what's in front of me?
Yes.
And please allow some space for me to find things out later on.
Yeah,
that's
a TV
why
show.
that's why episode 3 I felt was very, very awesome to me, because it changes the way that I look at the first 2 episodes, because I know what the show is capable of in terms of exploring relationships.
Pete's saying, you know, you're all so happy to hear some straight guys talking about this show, which again, I said my piece on that last week. I'm like, a lot of straight people are talking about this show. It shows that in terms of media, maybe the bar is the floor, but I know that everyone who's watching this show absolutely fucking digs it. So that's good. But the other side of a straight guy talking about this show, that straight boy don't want to read. Pete's not going to read books.
I read books. I can read. I'm beating the allegations.
If I read nonfiction.
Right. I'm the only one that
Same.
reads fiction here.
So you are the required.
I would be the target audience.
That is true. If anyone's going to read these books, it is Pete. Sean and I are both nonfiction boys only, and I'm finishing up a book right now that's nonfiction. And you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to read a book about money. I'm going to do anything before I read.
Freakonomics.
Yeah?
It's a good book about like the incentive structure of like the Western economy.
Interesting.
What were you trying to say about the chirp at the end?
I just thought that was like you didn't show up for this. That just seemed fucking meaner than I know that chirps out there they're typically more creative, and they're so mean that they seem like not mean.
I don't have an issue with the meanness of the chirp. I have an issue with more of what you were saying beforehand, which was that like there's not enough reason to believe that Shane would be that mean.
And especially like the captain on captain thing and the Scott, like in my brain, and I could be wrong on this, but I get with Scott Hunter, I get let me think, not like a Crosby level, but just like a been in the league for a while, really, really respect, like maybe like a Patrice Bergeron type, where like not the best player in the league, but he certainly comes off as the gentleman of the league.
Well, he's way older too, which is like, and I think that a lot of,
and I just think like people aren't saying that. Like a fellow captain is not saying that. to a Patrice Bergeron type, but maybe he's not a Patrice Bergeron type.
Right.
Maybe I'm just basing it on the fact that Francois Arnaud, thank you, I've learned your name, I apologize on the mispronunciation, is also from Quebec.
Right. We don't know a ton about him as a hockey player and like sort of the attitude that he brings to the ice. We know what he's like off of the ice, which is a gentleman and says all the right things, but could be one of those guys who like has a switch where once he's in competitive mode, once he's on the ice, he could talk a ton of shit.
And I'll say, damn, when Scott hit him back with the, you're starting to sound like him, whew, that set him off.
Yeah. That was a good one.
I just need to say, apparently don't read Freakonomics. Chat was very upset about that. I got assigned to read it in high school a decade ago. Apparently every bit of it's been disproven, and it's not a good book at all. So don't read Freakonomics, according to the chat.
Look at Sean.
But somebody pointed out that like that's part of like the character development, I guess, of Shane and him spending so much time with Ilya. That like, yeah, it seems a little unexpected for Shane to act like that because it is a way in which his character is developed. It's not necessarily who the Shane that we were introduced to is. But it's the Shane he's become.
But that's kind of the issue that I had with the time jumps in the first couple of episodes is that, and I get like they may have had to do it with the time that they were allotted, but we don't really see that character development a ton in terms of him like growing as like a person, as a player, and turning into what he is now apparently in like that moment.
Yeah. I also think there's like to a certain extent, I assume every hockey player chirps a little bit. So I feel like it would be weird for me not to assume that he wouldn't say stuff. I just think
the end of a game, like you fucking lost, man. Like it's over. You beat him.
Yeah. But they're also like kind of boys too. Like there's a history of them being friendly. So like, I don't know. It might not have been like as intended to be. It might have been intended to be a little more friendly than Scott took it, which is why it kind of escalated so quickly.
I'm overanalyzing that line for sure.
Well, I mean, a part of the thing that could justify that line is somebody said in the chat, like, that's part of why he says you're starting to sound like him because it's out of character for Shane.
Very fair.
Yeah.
This is why we talk about these things. I also need to say that a big reason, another like big counterweight to this episode, and a reason why I will watch it on its own probably 100 times in my life, is it is so New York. That storyline and that love story felt so New York for me. Like the energy of someone going for a run, popping into a juice bar, meeting someone, exchanging some stuff, like becoming a regular, hit it off. Oh, I like the guy at the juice place. Hey, this athlete's been coming. Like it just all felt so, the energy of it felt so New York.
Even the gay bar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that place was awesome. I like they turned it into a hockey bar. Any bar can be a hockey bar.
I do like that they were like that Kip was pretending like he did not like Scott and that it really wasn't a big deal when as soon as he met Scott, he just became a huge hockey fan and went to the gay bar. I was like, can we put on the hockey game, please?
Well,
every time.
In his defense, he did say that he watches the games with his dad sometimes.
Yeah, he was like a casual. But are you a casual who doesn't know the star player for your team?
And it seemed like he was a regular at that bar, but had just started turning on the game at the bar.
Yes.
So
yes. Another demerit on Elena, by the way, she's kind of a dick to the bartender. Like she near the end, she came in and she's just like, I forget what his name is, but she's just like, remote.
Oh yeah.
And then he brings over the remote. I get that that's me to be nitpicky. That's a relationship because she also had brought the bartender food.
Right.
So like it was definitely a little like tongue in cheek. She's just being an asshole to her friend, but
and not to stereotype or like generalize, but like the gay friends that I have, the woman in that group is usually like kind of an endearing dickhead.
Fair.
And that's what I've noticed. Very, very strong personalities for women who hang around like groups of gay men.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Aaliyah, I believe, who says that Kip's dad is a fan of the other New York team.
Oh, so he's an Islanders fan.
Okay, so that would make sense there.
Scott's got to be a Ranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shit, I had one more thing that I wanted to say there. Oh, I was going to point out, chat is so distracted with money books right now. We got Ramit Sethi talk in the chat, which I love. I don't know much about financial literacy, but I have read that guy's book, and he's my favorite. I've told Pete about him. He writes books that are like, spend money on shit you like, If you like coffee, buy coffee. If you like avocado toast, buy avocado toast. Just whatever you do, do not buy a house. If you buy a house, you're a pussy who just follows what some old people told you to do. Don't buy houses. Best follow on social media. People will tweet at him. I just saved up $3 million and bought a house for $20,000. Am I doing a good job? And he's like, no, you are a sheep and you will die poor and alone.
That's why I don't
love to hear that. Yeah, that's why I'm bad with money.
No, I read that book and I was like, fuck, now I'm going to give myself an excuse to be like, oh no, I'm being financially smart by not having a house. Cool, how much money have you saved? I'm being financially smart by not having a house.
I kind of feel that way about leasing cars, where I'm like, I should just start leasing my car.
I'm a lease boy.
Because I'm going to die.
I understand like the financials of it, but there is nothing better than like being able to make decisions about the place that you live inside.
Oh,
I rent and I just fucking
housing.
painted that shit.
Yeah, pay him back later.
Yeah.
Bad tenant.
My philosophy is
I'm
I'm going to die at the end. So what the fuck do I need to invest in a car for that's
very,
going to lose value as soon as I buy it?
Very Devin Cooley of you.
Yes, I that's why I love Devin Cooley.
You know what Ezra Koenig said about cars? The smart thing to do would be to stand outside of a dealership.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait for someone to drive the car off the lot.
And then
buy
make
it
them
from
an
that
offer.
person. Just buy it from that person. Hey, that's got a lot less value than it just did. I'll give you $5,000 for it. Ezra Koenig, not the funniest host, I would say, but that's probably the hardest I've laughed on a Time Crisis episode.
Real quick, getting back to Heated Rivalry, Scott does need to learn how to lock the fuck in. He's way too distracted before gold medal matches in the Olympics. You got to lock the fuck in.
I know. I was that person playing hockey that had to be reminded, finish getting dressed. We go on the ice in 2 minutes. Captain of Team USA. Oh, boy.
Lock the fuck in, please.
I'll say I looked. I didn't see any with the – we can ask – I'll just say it. Jacob Tierney's going to be on the show. So excited. We can ask him if they needed to dye the socks to be that color of the blueberries because Amazon – does have blue socks with bananas on them, but it's more of like a fun, light, tealish type thing. And those socks were well blue.
Can we do a smoothie grade real quick?
Like, how does that sound?
No, like I feel like, not to overanalyze, but I feel like the preparation of the smoothie was not up to grade for a person working at a smoothie shop.
I don't know what you mean.
There was a lot of juice. A lot of juice. Like, if we're doing ratio, too much juice, not enough, like, smoothie.
I'll be honest, not really paying attention to the ingredients outside of him very seductively peeling a banana.
When he was nice.
Also, you see the bowl of fruit and vegetables that was there?
No.
It was oops all dick and balls.
I mean, that I'm guessing
really?
was intentional.
Well, I mean, so are all the jerseys in Major League Hockey.
Yeah.
It's just all phallic shit.
Most fruit is ball-shaped, so... But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's very intentional. It also, it was...
When I think of a smoothie, like, I'm not thinking Dairy Queen level, tip it upside down, it doesn't come out, but...
Got to be a thickness to it.
There's got to be a thickness to it.
I mean, the best part of a strawberry, of any smoothie with banana in it, is getting the chunks of actual banana.
Chat just said, don't drop that Jacob Tierney's going to be on the show and just move on and talk about smoothies. You are clearly new to this show. That is exactly what we would do. We would give the good part for 1 second and then
What
say,
else do you want to say?
What do you want?
He's going to be on the show.
We can't, like, predict what's going to happen.
It's going to be exclusively questions.
Yeah, today is about smoothies.
It's going to be exclusively questions about
You've
his role
got
as
the
a pastor in
foremost
Letterkenny.
Four Eyes banana smoothie expert breaking it down.
That's not true. That's me.
Yeah?
I grew up on strawberry banana smoothies.
I famously would be the last person who could have smoothies because I'm allergic to bananas.
You can have non-banana smoothies.
I didn't want to address it. I'm on Team Sandy, Sabrina here. Chunks of banana is kind of crazy.
What?
Like, I don't want chunks of banana. I want banana in my smoothie, and I want it blended up. How are you getting chunks? Are you saying like slices?
No, like you blend it up, but it doesn't completely turn into like complete liquid. Like there's still a little bit of chunks of fruit in this smoothie.
Fair. I just feel like chunks is a weird way to describe it.
It comes up
it's
the straw.
Consistency.
No,
yeah.
I like when I'm drinking a strawberry banana smoothie and I get like it's like something stuck, and then all of a sudden I have to force a chunk of banana through the straw, and I have like something to like kind of bite through. Like that's a perfect strawberry banana smoothie.
I think one of my least favorite parts of doing smoothies is when it blocks a straw.
It needs to be small enough.
And then you have to suck hard, and then it goes and you like choke.
I don't want it to like ruin the
experience
of drinking a smoothie, but I do like there to be like a little chunky that comes up through. Like I don't want to be drinking juice.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like you want the thicker consistency.
Yeah, but I like there to be a little bit of variation where there's I get a little bit of a chunk banana and I have to actually bite through it. It's not like a smoothie.
I'm glad we worked through that.
Yes.
This was a good breakdown. I would say that it was 80% smoothie talk, not enough Kip's dad talk, but again, like kind of with the Jacob Tierney being on the show thing, what else can we say about Kip's dad other than perfect character, perfect person?
Did we get
I was told by a certain someone who is going to be on the show that my taste in saying that I was a Hayden guy is good. That like good taste in like aligning yourself with Hayden. Mm-hmm. Hayden's a good guy. If anything bad comes out about Hayden, I'll be upset. If anything bad comes out about Kip's dad, though, I'm done.
Do we know what the story of his parents are like on the other side? Is he like a widow? Is he divorced?
You're saying you don't know the story with Scott Hunter's parents?
No, Kip's parents. I don't know. I don't know.
I definitely know the story of Scott Hunter's parents.
Fucking
it was a pretty devastating
thing to be like, we haven't mentioned his parents at all. Oh, by the way, gruesome car accident, died instantly. And by the way, I need you to know instantly, they died instantly. I'm going to make sure that's a focal point of my speech that my parents didn't suffer at all when they got hit by that car because they died instantly.
And when I say dead, folks,
like didn't even see it coming. They were awake and then they were
decapitated
dead instantly.
Yeah. Not even a question.
Just in case you didn't know.
Oh, in the book, both parents are in the picture. I don't know. I got big widow energy or widower.
Yeah, that's like dad who had to step up and play both roles kind of vibe.
Yeah. So I want to find out more about that. I want more of Kip's parents.
I don't know. I think a mom in the picture might ruin the vibe. I kind of just like the dad-son relationship.
Women.
Here's a difficult.
Elena's it.
Here's a difficult question, and I don't want anyone doing I think that opening the can of worms of like, I like Scott and Kip more than I like Shane and Ilya will piss off a lot of people because everyone's going to have people that they prefer. Obviously, it was just very hard to watch Scott and Kip without smiling like a big dopey baby the whole time because we love, and that's amazing. How are we going to feel when we go back to Shane and Ilya? Because I will not lie, I did send you boys a text message saying, bye, Shane and Ilya. Don't like you anymore. You're sloppy. We like Kip and Scott now.
I'll go back to what I said earlier. The bar has been raised for Ilya and Shane. But at the same time, I'm also more excited to get back to there as to what ground needs to be covered with those two and knowing how many stands those two have as like a couple, like on the internet. There's so many. What's like the relationship
the
compound
couple name for
celebrity name?
Yeah, I forget what it is for Ilya and Holanov or something like that.
Brangelina.
How many stands that they have as a couple makes me very, very confident that we are going to get to some awesome places with them, and I'm excited to see it.
What I've seen from this show tells me they would not be making it if they weren't going to deliver.
Yeah, and also like I like the Skip relationship, but I think it's way less interesting without the context of the Holanov relationship, where like it makes me want to go back to Holanov because now I'm like, I think it emphasizes kind of the struggle that I think Shane's character in particular is going to have, not getting kind of like the cutesy relationship part of the relationship.
Yeah,
right.
Each relationship serves to show or to underscore what is not present in the other relationship.
Correct.
Like there's so much of Skip that is not there in Hollanov. And obviously, we're talking about 4 different people, 4 different lives, et cetera, but these relationships are also extremes in that one is mostly physical to begin with, and the other is very, very emotional.
Yeah.
And they both serve different stories and experiences, and I like that they both exist. But I think that some of the issues that I had in the first couple of episodes, trying to either like relate or like have it be, it resonate, have sort of been answered by what we saw in episode 3, and that's why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a like spike. Everybody, if you're still here and you're watching live, make sure you press like on this video. It helps us a whole lot. And if you are not subscribed to the What Chaos YouTube, we would love if you could subscribe. It helps us a lot to have as many folks as we can. We've definitely gotten some new people just this season from talking about various things, be it the ESPN stuff, be it Austin Matthews' freaky sex sweater, be it Heated Rivalry. So everyone who's new, we love you. Everyone who's hung around, we appreciate you. Just make sure everyone is subscribed and liking those videos. Also, please leave us some comments or some reviews on Apple Podcasts. I'm not the hugest Apple Podcast person, but I was perusing it the other day. Saw some very nice things that have been said, so we love reviews. Give us a good one. We will appreciate you very much for it. Now, Sean, if you could, you give me the slate. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Fascinating structure.
We got a Monday slate that is kind of interesting because I'm seeing off the gate, we only have one game in the 7 o'clock hour, and it is at 7:30 p.m., on NHL Network. So really, if we're
weird.
Shooting you straight, what's that?
So we're getting weird.
Yeah. The folks won't watch hockey until 9 p.m. tonight when I'll at least note what that 7:30 p.m. game was. It's the Lightning visiting the Leafs in a sometimes our jerseys look similar bowl. The Kings visit the Utah Mammoth at 9 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada. Then you got
Sean Dursey Bowl.
Oh, a Sean Dursey Bowl, of course. You've got the Flames hosting the Sabres at 9 p.m. Red Wings take on the Canucks in what could be a Quinn Hughes Bowl eventually, or a Quinn Hughes revenge game. That's at 10 p.m. Also at 10 p.m., you got the Wild and the Kraken. This is not the best slate. I'll definitely watch. I'm going to be into 2 of these games, but they're both being played at the same time. That's the Kings and the Mammoth, and the Sabres and the Flames. Because I'll watch the Sabres anytime they were on. As for the other games, I'll poke around, but this is an A-. Pete, you agree?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay, let's do a... there's one of these games that we want to talk about, and it's the one that you can't see. It's brought to you by Sports Interaction, Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction. Ontario only 19+. Please play responsibly. Pete, you want to talk about the Leafs and the Lightning.
Yeah, I want to talk about the over on this one because... Let me go ahead and give you the goaltending matchup. It is Jonas Johansson versus Dennis Hildeby.
Nice.
That screams over 6.5 to me, especially when you consider the Toronto Maple Leafs cannot defend.
Dennis Hildeby got to be doing a lot of lifting these days. Just like everything is falling on Dennis Hildeby, and I feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him. He's a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Real.
So I feel bad for him.
When we first talked about this before the show, you could have gotten it up plus money, but I think Vegas or the powers that be, I don't know what Canadian Vegas is, realized that was a little too good of value because now it's minus 110.
Ooh, it is moving. Every game is your game. When you bet with Sports Interaction, from puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play. With easy deposits and payouts, go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 19+. Please play responsibly. I'm sure that it was mentioned amid all the comments about money books and Heated Rivalry and eyebrows, but Pete got the gross Austin Matthews ridiculous. Oh, it's just a figurine.
Yeah.
It did say figurine. The Wild Austin Matthews, Sean, if you could do my shot, let's see.
Robert Thomas.
Who did you thought? Yeah, Robert Thomas. You thought it looked like a Robert Thomas. This is, and we've got the other one, by the way. This is the Foco one.
Oh, we're doing size comparisons?
Yeah. This looks so much more like Austin Matthews, even though I won't specify
Where they're generous.
What line could be moved back? The Leafs and Lightning, not the only line that has moved.
Yeah, I think both of them are ridiculous for different reasons. But if we're giving likeness grade, absolutely the big one gets the edge.
That's
there.
an A, and that's an A-. Everybody, we appreciate you so much. We've already done our spiel on liking and subscribing, but also share everything that you see online from us, because I think we're mostly putting good things out there.
Yep, I would agree. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Any way you can support the show, we would very much appreciate it. If you say nice things, we'll probably see it, and we'll probably appreciate it. So thank you so much. The love of your life super chat says, Scott should have been a lesbian. # moving too fast.
I feel like it's important to point out for our new fans that the love of your life is our resident ally / love of your life. It's a lot less out of pocket coming from the love of your life.
Yes. Community representative.
Yes.
Yeah, it
doesn't do great for the stereotype.
I actually did not know that stereotype until like 2 weeks ago.
No, I was talking about
really?
the stereotype of gay men making jokes about lesbians.
Fair. I didn't.
Everyone be nice.
I didn't know the lesbian stereotype until like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I've heard lesbians talk about it, to be fair. That's
Yeah.
I learned it from a joke that was told to me by a gay man.
What was the joke? It might have been the same joke that I heard that helped me learn about this.
This is a joke that I do not endorse and do not appreciate, but it was a joke about a second date.
Second date. That's also.
I mean,
I
I'll say this, and I'm only saying it because she said it publicly on PHNX Coyotes podcast, RIP. Olympic legend / the face of women's hockey in Arizona, Lindsey Fry. She told her now wife that she loves her on the first date, and she was fucking spot on.
When you know, you know. You got to show you today.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, no, I know. I love Gotta Show You Today relationships. That happened with. There's a video, if you haven't seen it, look up Coleman Domingo talking about his husband. It makes you feel bad about your current relationship. You're
I feel like I've
damn.
heard, yeah.
It makes me feel bad about my current relationship because I'm not in a relationship with Coleman Domingo.
Yes, exactly. But you see that and you're like, fuck, why aren't I cool like that? I actually think that my girlfriend said something to that effect when watching, when Scott says that to Kip. She was like, how come you didn't tell me to move in with you as soon as you met me?
Love this. Somebody asked who our favorite teams are. New person in the chat. Favorite teams. DJ's an Oilers fan. I'm a Bruins fan. Sean doesn't recognize his favorite team.
I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan. They're
You
going
got
to
a
lose.
JJ Peterka Mammoth jersey back there. Does that mean that you're a...
I'm a German hockey fan. That's my favorite team, is Team Germany at the U.S. or at the Olympics.
Olympic draw. U.S. and Germany in the same group. I don't love
R.I.P.
that.
in peace to our friends in Deutschland.
I know. I wanted Germany. I mean, if Germany's gonna get rocked, I want them to be in the group with Canada, where like maybe at least I can pray for what if Germany took out. I won't say Germany take out playing. What if Germany in hockey defeated Canada and eliminated them from their group at the Olympics?
Okay. Fair enough.
I would like that only because I think there's a chance it gives the Canadians some false confidence. They're like, oh, we're rolling right now, as if they didn't just beat the Germans. Or maybe it distracts Connor a little bit because he gets to hang out with his best friend during a game.
True.
That's we won't get that now. We won't get Connor Leon at the Olympics
Unless.
No, final.
we better fucking not.
I believe it was our friend Kennedy went to the Leon Draisaitl autograph signing and was like, pulling for you. Hope you play Canada in the gold medal game. And Leon's like, hell yeah, I want to do that.
I mean, is it possible that we get a bronze medal game with those two in it?
Oh,
Canada, Germany.
That
please.
would be ideal.
Please. Oh, baby, that would. Leon beating Connor in the bronze medal match would be the worst thing that's ever happened to Canadian hockey, and I need it so bad.
So Fighting Amish in the chat says something that I believe we've discussed. We've definitely discussed it off the air.
Yes.
Fighting Amish says a Draisaitl Germany jersey is going to go so hard.
No, it's
Believe
not.
you me, Fighting Amish, I intended to spend my entire Cream Oilers jersey budget on a Leon Draisaitl Germany jersey. I've already got the Leon Draisaitl Team Europe jersey with the German flag on it. Shout out our friend Ben who hooked that up for me. But as Sean explained to me, Germany does not sell the jerseys with the actual shield on it because Germany, I believe as a result of how protective they are to not...
They, as a rule, don't allow usage of the official seals outside of official government like operations or whatever, which an Olympic team is considered part of that. Oh boy, it's not my birthday. But historically speaking, what I was explaining is that Germany is very protective over its marks, over its national symbols, because of obviously the history of Nazi Germany and how quickly that patriotism can turn into an unhealthy nationalism.
Two wars.
Yeah, so they tend to be very protective of their like kind of national identity and
which
That's all well and good, but give us a fucking Draisaitl jersey.
I agree.
I was going to say, shout out a country with atrocities in its past, being like, we did some horrible shit. It's illegal to support any of that, blah, blah, blah. Turkey could learn from that, just saying. But just give me one Draisaitl jersey. Just one.
Just you?
I would, if you put them on sale, I was going to buy multiple.
Okay.
But
I need the piss jersey.
They could have just not put it on there.
How do you make a comeback? Like, how do you build back if you're not letting us buy Draisaitl jerseys?
I don't think they want to build back. I think they want to forget.
That's bad behavior.
Wait. Say again?
He said they want us to forget.
Wait, who? You're saying
Well,
who?
I guess not forget. They want to move on. They don't want to build back.
Well, I'm not saying build back the bad.
Well, I'm saying that's my point.
I
don't think they can Volkswagen this. Like, I don't think they could be like, it's the same car, but we're gonna forget about where it came from. Like, I think their best would be to make a jersey that doesn't have historical German symbols on it and make it say Germany or something. Make it a little cooler. Because also, it's not like the best jersey.
It's a great jersey.
It's really good, and when it's going to say Draisaitl, it's the rule of Leon. Like when Leon's wearing a jersey, it goes up 900.
It's the rule of cool. It's a Leon Draisaitl jersey. Automatically makes it cool.
I guess.
So
we're getting
I just want the jersey, please.
The chat.
Let me have the jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They should have just put something else on it. Like every other country doesn't have official, like no other country actually has like official government symbol on their jersey.
I don't know if that's true, but it seems right.
Yeah. Someone in the chat saying, what's this conversation? I don't know what's going on. What are these boys doing? Then the classic whatnots are like, oh, no, this is the
That's
show.
what I was going to say earlier.
Let them cook.
They've the new whatnuts and the old whatnuts have blended together basically seamlessly. It's been very fun to watch.
For sure.
We love you all, Marta.
I will say we've been trying to do shorter shows. We are going in the wrong direction.
I feel like the Heated Rivalry review days are kind of
definitely.
I know that the Mondays are probably going to be. I was hoping that we could keep this to 90, but let's see. I would blame the smoothies and one question about. It wasn't even a question. Someone was just like, a Draisaitl Germany jersey would be cool. Oh, funny you should say that.
Well, I did find that element of why they're not in production very, very interesting, and we haven't talked about it on the show, so I think that was worthwhile.
I also need to say, because Stacey did point out that she sent me the Heated Rivalry jerseys. You can buy the Heated Rivalry jerseys online, which is something I didn't know, but apparently Pete and DJ already did.
Thinking about it. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you so much. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.